That's Carol.
That was Jose. That's Darlene.
Patricia.
Kim.
Jack.
Miss Karen.
So the one client that does stand out to me that really made me realize that this is bigger than just insurance. We'll call him Farmer Frank. Guy lives in the rural area of the country that, as we're talking, he's feeling like there's not a lot that can be done to help him, but just through getting to know him and asking questions, turns out he'd lost his hands in a farming accident. This is a pretty young guy, actually. Through just talking to him, getting to know what's important to him, realizing he needs some prosthetics that are incredibly expensive. Somehow, in the rural area of the country he was in, there was a plan that had a 0% coinsurance on prosthetics. And I don't see that. It's just not common. The lowest prosthetic coverage I've ever seen is 9%. Everything else is 20%. I have literally never seen a 0% prosthetic coverage plan, ever. The odds of that one guy needing it in that one area it was available are just astronomical. Especially to have plan options in a rural area, there's not a lot of those either. And before I knew it, it was almost like a perfect plan situation got matched to the only person that needed that perfect plan situation. And I'm actually tearing up talking about this again. He was able to get the things he needed taken care of, and that one hit me hard, and it clearly is still hitting me hard. It was life-changing for him, and that made me realize that this is bigger than just selling insurance or making money or whatever. There's people that really need help.
A lady I spoke with, she had questions about her plan. She wasn't clear on the benefits that she had. So she called and I went through her summary of benefits. I explained all of her benefits to her. I told her about extra benefits that she wasn't sure or that she didn't even know that she had about in her plan. And by the end of it, she thanked me for going into detail and explaining her benefits to her. She said that she was confused, but she appreciated the fact that I took the time to go into detail to explain her benefits, and she was very happy.
So we have a client who she actually wasn't even able to come into the office. Her daughter and ex-husband had come in. The daughter was the power of attorney, and she's in the process of going through 5 different types of cancer. She was just turning 65, what we call T65, and we were able to get her coverage that was going to pay for 100% of all of the surgeries and chemo and everything that she needed to have done. So just being able to, even though I had not even met her, just working with her daughter, which I actually told her last week, I'm like, when your mom gets ready to, when she gets healthy enough, I would love to meet her. Just because she has, I've walked through that process with her daughter and, always making sure that she knows that even if she just needs to just call and process everything that they are going through, that I'm here for them, so.
One conversation that really stands out to me in my Medicare career was one gentleman called in and he was asking about his extra benefits. That's the money that comes to them every month based on the plan they select to buy over-the-counter drugs, healthy groceries, and that type of thing. And he called on the phone, wanted to know how much that was, where he can go to spend that money. And his next question was, can he buy his dog food with that? And of course, I looked at the summary of benefits because I wasn't expecting that question. And yes, you can buy dog food with that. And he kind of choked back tears and said, I am so glad, because he said, some months I am living paycheck to paycheck and it's never enough, and I oftentimes give my food to my dog because I want him to eat. And so it put me back. It helps me to remember every day that what we're doing is very, very important. Seems small, but to some people it's huge.
There's so many rewarding parts about this job, and we're making differences in so many people's lives, but individual that stood out to me was actually somebody I helped yesterday, and it was a gentleman's daughter called in. He was slightly disabled, he couldn't hear, and she's been basically his primary caretaker for the past 5 or 6 years. Being able to walk her through the plan information, understanding her father's needs, and just seeing and hearing that relief in her voice whenever we got him into a much better situation, to really reduce her burden of taking care of him, helping her out with some transportation benefits where she doesn't have to drive him to the doctor anymore. That to me was one of the more rewarding experiences I've had, because you can just hear over the phone the relief in people's voices once you tell them some of these benefits, and it's just, you're making a difference that way.
I had a lady last week who was struggling. She was skipping meals and just trying to make it day to day, and was on a just regular Medicare Advantage plan, and had heard that she might be eligible for Medicaid, but didn't know anything about it. And she was struggling to make ends meet, and looked it up and realized that she had partial Medicaid. And she was thrilled and didn't understand what that meant, but knew that it could possibly get her additional benefits. And so we were able to get her in a plan that offered her grocery benefits that gave her a lot more than what she had. In fact, I believe we were giving her $150 a month for her groceries, which was a huge upgrade to what she had with just basic Medicare, and just changed her demeanor. She was excited. She felt like she had won the lottery. And when we explained the ramifications of that over the course of the year, she was thrilled that somebody helped her understand what her level of Medicaid got her, and that she was able to get more benefits that she had. Groceries were a huge benefit to this lady.
I have a retiree I was helping the other day, and I had a slow start to my morning, and very quickly I was reminded why I do the job that I do. She was going through a pretty difficult time with her family and her health care. Found out she had a lot of stuff going on. Was paying a lot of money for prescriptions and stuff like that. Was able to find an option for her that cut her costs quite a bit, covered her prescriptions entirely. By the end of the call, her and I were both tearing up together, but it was a quick reminder of why I do what I do and why I love what I do.
She was going through an incredible, difficult situation. Her husband was on hospice, and was there basically just kind of waiting for his time to go. And she called in, and I could just kind of tell, she seemed short, sad. Really just kind of kept asking questions like, what's really going on? Like, trying to assess her needs and what was going on. And, she just started crying, and we had the opportunity to pray together out of a desire to take care of her and her husband, just identifying some solutions to help, ease that situation. And then, she was very grateful. We've continued to stay close, and she's one of those people I know we're going to serve for a really long time. So very grateful for Kim.
There is a special moment I recall with a customer named Patricia. Most all of us have talked with her, not because she needs specific help. Sometimes we've already helped her, but she just feels comfortable calling us. So we just felt like, I feel like she needs a touch. So we sent her a Valentine care package, and she's in Texas, and I hope that she got that, and I hope soon she'll be calling us. But that's the kind of stuff we want to be like over and above. We want to be better, and we want the people to feel that.
We talk to so many people. I think what makes remembering this conversation that I've had, one is that it's been within the last month, but also because she had the same name as one of my favorite employees here, but her name was Darlene. And when I think about what I do, it's so easy to go back to the conversation that her and I had, because she had gone through a lot. There's no other way to put it. She got divorced early on in her marriage, lost a son early on, had another son that committed suicide. And hearing her story and kind of allowing those walls to fall, the fact that she was able to see me as someone that she could trust with that information spoke volumes. And then to, on top of that, like the icing on the cake, the cherry on the top, to still be able to help her and ultimately give her what she was looking for, which was just that additional assistance, that peace of mind, just made it that much more beautiful of a call. And again, when I talk to people about what we do, when I talk to new hires about what we do, Darlene is someone that's probably on the forefront of my mind. That's a call that ends, you take your headset off, you kind of reflect, take that deep breath, and you go, wow, that woman is going through a lot, but I'm so glad that I was able to give her the help that she needed today.